Whatever you want to let these drivers know that you're on their side. Wave at your favorite driver. Lee Tibbetts and Al Papini on the bubble, followed by Randy Sargent and Wes George, and Bill Gentry and Wayne Swarnhouse. 43 is Dennis Miller, 42 is Brad Gerke. 88 is Dewey Gustafson. Dewey Gustafson on the outside, car number 88. Look at him wave. Wave at him, phones. Let him know that you hear him. Let's see what you can do on the back straight. Clap your hands, wave your hats, wave your arms. These drivers are doing it all for you. Look at him wave. Papini waving at his fans. "100 laps, what an event." Looks like a good, tight group of race cars. The difference between the Rockford Rules late models and the super late models, two-barrel carburetor 60 series DOT street registered tire, and the green flag falls for the 1982 National Short Track Championship Rockford Rules 100. Blue wide as they come out of corner number 4. Tibbetts in car number 03 in second place. Al Papini in first place at the completion of one lap. One lap down, 99 to go. Gentry and Tibbetts get a little bit of sideways coming out of corner 4, but everything's okay. These drivers are good. They know to bide their time and don't get excited. It's a long, long race. Dennis Miller slowing down drastically in the 43 car, causing a little bit of problems back there. What a beautiful field of cars. Four laps down, 4 laps into the race. Al Papini's in the lead, followed by Randy Sargent, then Lee Tibbetts, Wayne Swarnhouse, Bill Gentry, Wes George, Brad Gerke, and Dewey Gustafson. Your leader, Papini and Sargent. Papini and Sargent have battled and battled all season long in the Rockford Rules division. Last night they finished 1-2 or 273. Randy Sargent won and Al Papini was in second place. That's how they qualified for this race. Wayne Swarnhouse overhauls Lee Tibbetts coming out of corner number 2. Papini and Sargent. Here comes Wayner Swarnhouse. Boyd, Wisconsin with Hortense, the baby elephant car. Wes George drives the 08 car. Watson moving through the field. He's also already bettered his position by 4 laps. Bobby Hacker, car number 14, heads for the pits. A tough break for the Darko Racing crew. Only 9 laps into the 100-lap race, and Hacker's in the pits. Papini, your leader, Randy Sargent in second place. Wes George putting some pressure on Wayne Swarnhouse for third place. Bill Gentry, 61 is fourth. 03 is Lee Tibbetts. 88 is Dewey Gustafson. A lot of action going on in the back of the pack. Looks like Brad Gerke's starting to smoke a little bit in the 42 car. That'll be something to keep an eye on. Papini and Sargent coming up on the back markers. Boy, there's a lot of super driving going back in the tight part of that pack. Look at David Fossum and Dana Czach and Johnny Luther. Sargent trying to make a bid for first place on Papini, but they're coming up on slower traffic. He's going to have to do it before they get to that slower traffic. 76 goes to about, spins out, coming out of corner number 3. Dennis Miller goes up and taps the wall in the main straightaway. Everything fine though. It's Papini, Sargent, Swarthouse, 08 West George, 61 Bill Gentry, 88 Dewey Gustafson, 03 Lee Tibbetts, 42 Brad Gerke, 37 Fossum, 33 Czach, 47 Stout, 02 Bill LeBeck, and 78 Haro. Papini coming up on the slower cars. They've already put a lap on 114. Dick Perrott from Toma, Wisconsin. They're pulling by Timmy Melvin. Timmy Melvin had a very successful year at Rockford Speedway this year. Probably one of the most improved drivers in the field from what I understand. West George almost turned it sideways coming out of corner number 4 and has to settle the car down. It's Papini, Sargent, Swarthouse, Gentry, West George, and Dewey Gustafson. Here comes David Fossum. "22 laps down, 78 to go." We've got a battle going on right in front of the leaders, and Fred Redmer displays the pullover flag. That's the blue flag with the yellow stripe down it. That means pull over. You're being passed by faster cars. Miller pulls down. Roger Otto comes right up against the wall. Papini, Sargent, and Swarthouse challenged by Gentry, West George, Dewey Gustafson, 37 Fossum, 33 Czach. Here comes David Watson moving up through traffic, and he's only about 4 cars between him and the leader coming around from behind. Al Papini III, the Snooks Automotive car, in the lead, car number 73, and he's getting into the traffic. Papini having a rough time getting around Randy Barnhart, who's in the very back of the pack. Papini, Sargent, and Wayne Swarthouse. Swarthouse is being paced very, very closely by Gentry and David Fossum. "30 laps down, 70 laps to go. Al Papini has led from the start. What a super job of driving these cars have done. 30 laps down, it's like a normal feature race, and we've only lost 1 car to attrition. Traffic really gets tremendous on the Rockford High Bank quarter mile. Papini, Sargent, and David Fossum has taken over third place. Czach has just pulled into fourth place, and John Luther just pulled into fifth place, all the way from the back of the pack. Papini and Sargent coming up on the slower traffic. A lot of traffic out there. Starter Fred Redmer gives Roger Van Otto the pullover sign. I think as of now, David Watson has raced in just about every different event available here at Rockford Speedway, from go-karts to Rockford rules to the super late models to everything in the world. He might have been in a powder puff or two somewhere along the line. We're not too sure of that. And the yellow flag comes off for car number 127, who spun into the infield. David Phillips, Edgerton, Wisconsin, slides into the infield, causing the first yellow flag. He was not on the track, but it's an extremely perilous place to sit, so the Smitty's Amico record pushes him off the track. Boy, what exciting racing we've got for you today. Well, Bob, that yellow flag certainly had to help the number 12 car of Dave Watson and the 00 car of Roger Van Otto, as they were both in the sights to be lapped. And it also helped the 37 car of Dave Fossum, Dana Czach, and 33 and 70 of John Luther, who have been moving through the field with much agility and are getting right up on the backside of our bumpers now as we're approaching that mid-race point. Tom, I've just had a call from the front gate. We need the owner or the driver of the Dodge Murata convertible that drove in the parade to move that car immediately. The owner of the Dodge Murata convertible report to the main side gate immediately. Al Papini continuing to lead this charge as Randy Sargent got by him once just as the yellow flag was flying, but now Dave Fossum is up and joining with his trio, as we're with 43 laps complete. David Fossum, Cambridge, Wisconsin. Here comes David. The three faster cars have now joined the front of the pack, and it took them 44 laps to do it as Fossum takes over the lead. Your new leader, the 37 car of Dave Fossum. Dave Fossum drives a 6-year-old chassis built by Bill Leindecker. We've got a spin out between Bill Gentry and 02 Ricky Bilderbeck up in corner number 2. That was John Gentry in the 148 car and Ricky Bilderbeck in the 02. Both of them running pretty well inside in the pack. This is an unfortunate spin. I didn't really see what happened. That's right, Tom, and it's really rather unique that we've got brothers racing in the same race. Of course, Bill Gentry and John Gentry. Bill is in car number 61. John Gentry is car 148. Right here at Rockford Speedway, so the investment has dwindled all year long. Well, I think of the car running in second, number 73, Al Papini. I believe that's the 12th year that chassis has been run. Exactly, and just like I was talking to John Charlesworth, who owns the David Fossum car that was built by Bill Leindecker, as both of Luther's cars were built by Bill Leindecker. That's a 6-year-old chassis, and it's competitive. It's leading the race. And we've got a green flag, and we're back at it with Dave Fossum, your leader, Al Papini running in second, Randy Sargent third, Dana Zach in fourth, and John Luther running in fifth. As we're very approaching at least that 50 lap mark, it was somewhere between the 51st and the 59th lap, the yellow flag will fly for that mandatory 17-minute pit stop. Let me remind those of you that are in the pits to stay where you're at unless you're on a crew, because it's going to get hot and hectic down there for that 17-minute pit stop. I see some of the crews right now beginning to move into their position to get ready to go to work on their car, because we're at least, at most, I guess, 12 laps away from that yellow flag. Here's the 14 car of Bobby Hacker joining the field. Hacker went out on lap number 9 and came back in on lap 47. They've done some adjustments to that car. The number 12 car of Dave Watson beginning to blow smoke as he accelerates coming through the corner, and it appears to have lost, and it looks like we've lost an engine on David Watson's car, car number 12. He pulls into the infield on lap number 49. The lap before, you could see a little trail of white smoke coming out from the underside of Watson's car. Well, we won't have any mosquito problems out here this weekend thanks to David Watson. Blowing little smoke donuts out the exhaust pipe as it goes around. Looks like he's lost a cylinder head, blown a head gasket. Bob, one thing I want to point out that I just noticed, if you look straight up right about in the middle of the track, between the two clouds up there, you can see a little bit of blue sky. So there still is blue sky in northern Illinois. Well, Fred Redmer waves the green flag. Dana Zach takes his car around the 78 car of Jimmy Hull, as does John Luther. And we wobbles as they come through corner number 4 is the 27 car. He holds it on and keeps it going as we're now approaching that 50 lap mark. "50 laps complete for that 37 car of Dave Fossum. That yellow flag could fly at any time, signaling the... Will the driver or the owner of the Dodge Murata that drove in the parade please report to the main ticket gate? The driver of the Dodge Murata report to the main ticket gate. Report to the main ticket gate. Somewhere between the 51st and 59th lap, the yellow flag will fly, so we will see when Fred Redmer decides to throw the yellow. Ricky Bilderback running slow on the inside, waiting probably for that yellow flag to fly to put this pit stop on its way. Bill, John Gentry gets the pullover flag and doesn't do such a hot job of doing it. Well, this will really bunch up those first 3 cars as they come out of here. It's now Fossum, Zach, and Luther, 1, 2, and 3. We've got 54 laps complete. They do have a predetermined lap, which we are not aware of. And there's the yellow flag being displayed to Dave Fossum in the 37 car, signaling the pit stop. Okay, no cars are allowed to go into the pits until we complete a couple laps under the yellow. There will be a couple laps under the yellow prior to when they pull into the pits to get everything straightened out right. Want to make sure that they're running in a nice, neat, succinct manner, lined up and ready to go. There'll be a lap or 2, and then they will pull into the pits. The pace car pulls out in front of David Fossum. When the last car leaves the track, this 17-minute countdown begins. So we now have 45 laps remaining of this 100-lap feature event. John Schaff over there on the pit entrance, making sure that nobody goes into the pits prior to the allotted time. While it's quiet, I need the owner of the Dodge Murata convertible to report to the main ticket stand. Report to the main ticket gate. We need you to report out there. No problem, just need to talk to you. Okay, the pit crews are swinging into action right now. They're ready to go. 17-minute pit stop, and we will start the countdown when the last car pops over the hill. This gives the drivers a chance to get out, to adjust whatever they need to do, whatever kind of mechanical arrangements need to be done to... Of course, a pit stop is an extremely important part of any racing event, and these crews in the infield and in the pits are the ones that are the unsung heroes of an event like this. We have the lineup down pat now. They've been instructed to pull into the pits. The pace car pulls them in. We will have a 17-minute countdown as soon as the last car pulls in. These guys will fill them up with gas, cool them off, drink a cold RC Cola, and get ready to come right back out. 20 seconds. Builder back. Swordhouse. Hacker. 15 seconds. Papini. Sargent. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. If anyone else enters the track area, they'll have to fall in at the back of the pack. Bob, let's quickly go over the way that they're lining up there. Okay, the way that they're running at the end of the scheduled 55 laps, 37, 148, 33, 70, 80, 43, 03, 02, 127, 14, 73, 2, 78, 18, 61, 27, 8, 42, 47, 88, 78, 08, 00, and 114. Now that is not the order. That is not first through 18th or whatever it is. That's the order they were running when the yellow flag came out. So even though 37 is in the lead, Gentry number 148 is not in second position. He is in second place. Zach number 33 is in second place, third position. Johnny Luther, car number 70, is in third position right now. That's one thing to keep in mind. The way that they are shown on the track is not the way that they were running it. It was the way that they left the track area when the yellow flag flew. Unofficially, I think Papini number 73 is in third place, and number 2, Randy Sargent, or Papini's in fourth and Sargent's in fifth. It's extremely unofficial, so don't go run into the bank on that statement. Papini's got him a brand new race car at the end of this race, we understand. Throwing the green flag to start this second half of this Rockford Rules National Short Track Championship. Is Illinois State Senator Tim Sims, who will be throwing that green flag to kick off the second. Okay, the 42 car Brad Gerke being checked over right now to see that it might possibly be leaking some sort of liquid onto the track surface. Here's the pace car with Dave Fossum, your leader, second place. Not running third is the 33 car Dana Czach. Third place, John Luther. And I believe that the next running car is the 73 car of Al Papini. Dave Fossum bringing him around. Mr. Deary's got Senator Sims by the seat of the pants so he don't fall out in front of that race, and you very seldom get to get a senator by the seat of the pants. Tim Sims going to throw the green flag, and there it does. They're on our way. Senator Sims, Tim Sims, a senator from this area for the state of Illinois, waving that green flag and starting this race on its way, and Dave Fossum taking advantage of his position and jumping out in front and on his way. Dana Czach having trouble getting around the 148 car of John Gentry. John timed in very well, but was unfortunately involved in a spin. I have it from a good source in the pit area that Johnny Luther is experiencing transmission problems with this number 70 Leindecker prepared Camaro. It might be something to watch on the Luther car as the track wears on. David Fossum, your leader, Dana Czach in second place, Johnny Luther in third place. Here comes Papini and Sargent trying to work their way through the traffic. Fossum doing everything he can to stretch out that lead. Now we have the 33 car Dana Czach running in second, 70 car of John Luther running in third. We've got it from the pits that Luther is having transmission problems. It doesn't seem like that problem is affecting his performance right now. It's interesting, what possibly could be going wrong with this car? He may have a chip in a tooth or something, Tom, where it doesn't affect it, but the constant backing on and off the gas may affect it later on and allow that thing to break completely. Here they go, deep down in underneath the slower cars is Dana Czach dipping down below, trying to get by the 08 car, Tim Melvin. Slower traffic blocks the track ahead for these two as Dave Fossum makes his way through cleanly. Look at the way David Fossum drives in traffic. That's from all those experiences of years here at the Rockford Speedway of Dave Fossum. Right, remember that's a 6-year-old chassis. That's not a brand new racing equipment. And he's handling it very well. Dave Fossum running in second. Now we're trying to pick up, there's Dana Czach running in the middle of the field of slower cars. He seems to be clearing his way out now. Luther down low, going to pull up behind the bumper of Czach as they move down the back straightaway. David Fossum is smoking whenever he gets back on the gas. Now watch him when he accelerates out of corner number 2. You'll see a little puff of smoke. Not a good sign on a David Fossum Cambridge, Wisconsin car. We have 65 laps complete. 35 laps to go, so that could be an issue for the 37 car of Dave Fossum, who's now putting some distance between himself and the 33 car, Dana Czach. You know, they used to say, before they blow, they go. We might be seeing that happening right now. Right, the attrition in the races earlier today was really phenomenal. Very, very high and unusually high. But this race has been very calm, very collected, and not a lot of mechanical damage. Fossum now being tied up by slower traffic, running in that outside groove. There was a puff of smoke again as he got on it. Right in the middle of the corner, it seems like the smoke is beginning to increase. It does look that way, Tom. Fossum driving an excellent race, very, very smooth, not putting any more pressure on that engine than he absolutely has to. And again, the traffic is really, really slowing the rest of them down. David Fossum seems to have no problem with it as he drives right on through. I see about a 3.5 second separation between Fossum and the 33 car, Dana Czach. That's right, we thought it'd be a 3-car trophy dash for the last 50 laps, but Fossum drives through traffic like nobody else. Fossum might be in trouble now. He's going way down low on the inside of Lee Tibbetts. He takes it out. Now he's got some clear track ahead of him. And somebody lost the bumper down here on the main straightaway. Somebody lost the bumper and it stopped right, and there it is, jumped right up on the wall. It was just nipped by, I think, the 47 car of Glenn Stout, and it just sort of made a little hop, skip, and jump. We just saw it jump up on the wall, and it looks like Lee Tibbetts' rear bumper. Car number 03, yes, I think it is. 72 laps complete. Now this will make an interesting situation because this now only puts 3 cars between Fossum and Czach and closes that distance considerably. It definitely is Lee Tibbetts' rear bumper because if you look on it, it says Hebron, Illinois on the bumper, and that's where Lee Tibbetts is from. I think he's probably one of the 3 residents of Hebron, Illinois. That's right. It's a beautiful little town just about 4 burnouts west of here. East of here, I'm sorry. There's your leader, the 37 car of Dave Fossum. Running in second is the 33 car of Dana Czach, although he is currently the 5th running car on the track. 72 laps complete, 28 yet to go. And like they said, you ain't seen nothing yet. Watch them. Dave Fossum pacing the field. We're trying to monitor to see if John Luther is sporadic in his driving or his acceleration. It doesn't seem to be a factor yet, but those 27 laps yet going could be very crucial for these drivers. That's right, Tom. He does not seem to have shifted. He's not fiddling with the shifter in the car or anything at all. He may want to leave it in high gear. That may be the problem, in which case the start's going to be slow for Luther. The green flag comes out. On the green we go as Dave Fossum, who again takes advantage of his position and jumps out and puts at least 6 or 7 car lengths in front of the other cars as he moves down the back straightaway. Dana Czach now going to have to put his traffic control into gear and try to get through, passing the cars on the front straightaway. That's right. There is no such thing as automatic pilot. You got to drive about 4 car lengths ahead of your car. 4 and beyond, as here's your leader. But now I guess the battle is really heating up here again for second and third place between the 33 car of Dana Czach and the 70. There's John Luther falling down. John Luther falling down on the inside of the track, the defending champion. The town hall sponsor Snooks Automotive car pulls to the infield. John Luther, and we had a hint of a problem from the pit stop that there may have been a problem. And Luther pulls down the infield. Looks like there's a whole bunch of moisture up there in corner number 1 and 2. Came out of Luther's car, and as soon as we get a word from Bob Armstrong, the tech inspector, he'll let us know what it is. Over there too. They've also got those delicious wine coolers down there in that commemorative cup of this weekend. Right, I'm going to get one of those before I leave. It's really a nice cup, and you can think about the short track in the cold winter. Dishwasher safe even. Dave Fossum brings them slowly down the back straightaway as they're coming around this time in anticipation of the green. Here they come. Green flag, we're on our way. 25 laps yet to go. And Gentry yielded the second position to Czach. He knew he couldn't hold him off for long, but rather than race with him, he let him go by to make a competitive race on the lead. So now we're down to those final laps here, and it's going to be a showdown between these 2 cars, the 37 car of Dave Fossum, the 33 car of Dana Czach. Exactly, Tom. Randy Sargent's in 3rd place, way back in car number 2. Car number 37 is Al Papini, the 3rd. Those are the 4 cars that are on the same lap. 77 laps down, 23 to go. David Fossum kind of starting to catch up on the back markers, and in traffic he's one tremendous driver. They put another lap on Adel Carrico, car number 80. It's still Fossum and Czach just car lengths away from each other. Dana Czach from Wakanda, Illinois, 28 years old. He's a self-employed. He's a Mac tool salesman. He was fourth in 1979 Rockford late model, and he's been racing here since 1975. Finished third this year in the 1982 season in the Pink Panther.
Fossum getting sideways as he came through corner number 4. Dave Fossum getting a little bit loose as he came out of 4. I wonder if something might be happening to his car as we're down to 16 laps.
That's right, Tom. Fossum, 32-year-old, works for Gapes Construction Company.
Look out! They're side by side down the straightaway, and Dana Czach looks like he might be your new leader.
They're getting into some heavy traffic, and of course, Papini is now one lap down. He was one of the only drivers on the same lap with the leaders.
Bob, the 42 car, Brad Gerke, began to spin. Everybody hit their brakes, and Dana Czach just happened to be at the right place at the right time and shot by that 37 car, Dave Fossum.
Exactly, Tom. That's the way you've got to have your eyes wide open all the time out here.
We've got 13 laps to go, and you can imagine what's on Dave Fossum's mind right now. He wants that lead back awfully bad.
Right, it looks like Zach's car is handling absolutely perfectly. Fossum is slipping and sliding a little bit.
As they weave their way through the slower traffic, Dave Fossum looking for that chance, looking for that opportunity. It may knock for him as well. He's trying down the low side.
Exactly, Tom. He's waiting for Dana Czach to make one slight bobble.
Yellow flag, we got a car spun in corner number 4.
Car number 127, I believe. Dave Phillips from Edgerton, Wisconsin, sitting backwards in corner number 4. Everything looks fine. Cars drove around him very safely, and of course, this will bunch the pack up again. Now look, Randy Sargent, third place, is only 2 car lengths ahead of the leader, so it'll be a big, big break for Randy Sargent.
11 to go for this guy right here in the pink car. Talk. I can hear you. Just talk.
Eleven laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. 11 laps to go. Don't forget about those Rockford Speedway souvenir hats that are on sale in the concessions in the souvenir stand right now.
Green flag flies for Dana Czach in the 33 car. Ten laps to go.
Car number 08, or 8 ball West George slows down and pulls it in the infield after only 1 lap after the restart. Something must have happened to the car. But our race is all in the first 2 positions. Dana Czach, the Pink Panther, and David Fossum, the Cambridge Flyer.
And look at this, they're nose to tail as they work their way down the front straightaway.
Let me tell you, Tom, these are 2 of the nicest, softest spoken, easiest going guys we've got, and it's proud to say you know them.
That's for sure, and either one, whichever one comes out the winner, we got to congratulate both of them because they've driven a heck of a race today.
I will predict at the end of the race they'll congratulate each other.
We've got Dana Czach, your leader, right here in the 33 car, pacing the field. The 37 car, Dave Fossum, doing everything he can, looking for that opportunity, waiting for that chance. 7 laps to go.
If you remember yesterday in our Rockford Rules qualifying, these guys turned identical average laps. Identical average laps within their 4 laps of qualifying. These cars are extremely closely competitive.
Well, that's being shown now as either one of them seems to have an overhand advantage here as they're dicing it back and forth.
That's right. David Fossum does not seem to have the power to pull by Czach. He's just got to sit there and hope that Czach makes a mistake and he can take advantage of it. And this may be the advantage, the slower traffic.
It appears that Czach has more straightaway speed than Fossum does, and that might have something to do with the smoke that we saw earlier in the 37 car. We're at 96 laps complete, soon to be 97 as they come by right here, nose to tail.
David Fossum, car number 37, really charging out of the corners, and they have just put a lap on the third position car, just put a lap on the third place car, Randy Sargent.
And heavy traffic looms ahead for these two as Fossum has a wheel on them as they go down the front straightaway. 98 laps complete. The wheel on them as they come down the back straightaway. Side by side on the back straightaway. Slow traffic ahead.
This is going to be exciting. Fossum and Czach and the slow traffic are slowing him down. Czach pulls up behind Swarthouse. Fossum dips to the inside on the white flag lap. Look at him. Here comes Czach back to get back.
Czach going way low. Fossum way high.
Look at the finish.
Checkered flag. Fossum.
David Fossum, Cambridge, Wisconsin, 32-year-old Jeep construction mechanic. And look at Dana Czach. He just lifts the pedal and coasts.
Dana Czach has to be
beside himself.
I didn't know what the word was.
That's what you say on the air, but these guys are truly competitive racers, and he's just as happy that David won if he couldn't do it.
And just as they were moving so well around the track, they approached on the back side of those cars. Dave Fossum going to stop up there, probably pick up some of his crew members to bring them around as a lot of the cars pull off the track area. What an unbelievable finish. I think the lead changed about 3 or 4 times in that last lap alone.
Let's have a big round of applause for all the cars and all the drivers. They've done a superb job of surviving the Rockford Rules 100. And look at the gaggle of photographers down there to get this in the racing newspapers.
One thing I got to mention about one of the cars pulling off the track, that 88 car, Dewey Gustafson from Lakeville, Minnesota, running this whole race on 78 series tires. That's like I used to have on my car till I got some wide ones.
Right, everybody else runs 70 and 60 series on the street. He ran 78 tires, which says a lot for the tire rules that we use here. Many of these cars finish the season on the same set of tires or a combination of set of tires that they started with.
An unbelievable finish, a great finish. I don't know what else to say. It has to be a big disappointment for Dave Fossum, but there's but here he is, Dave Fossum. Let's hear it for him.